Okay, how many spider people does it take to make an Into the Spider-Verse sequel? Well, apparently just these guys. Before you freak out, of course there will be more than just 2 Spideys. And they're not crazy. And you know this sequel is gonna try to top the first film. Although, I don't know how you top this.
Step 1, I infiltrate the lab. 2, find the head scientist's computer.
That lady with the bike is the head scientist. I saw her in this documentary at school.
Cool. Step 3, I re-examine my personal biases.
Or this.
Hey, fellas.
Is he in black and white?
Where's that wind coming from? We're in a basement.
Guys, what I'm saying is, I don't know how you can get better than the first movie.
This could literally not get any weirder.
It can get weirder. I just washed my hands. That's why they're wet.
They're sure as hell gonna try, so here's everything we know so far about Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse 2. Before we jump into it though, hit that subscribe button. Trust me, you don't want to glitch out after this video. We'll have plenty more Spider-Verse and other movie news swinging your way. So, some of the first news we got was Into the Spider-Verse 2's release date. And, well, buckle in for the long swing, people, because we gotta wait until April 8th of 2022. Okay. It took like 4 years to make the first Spider-Verse movie. We can do this! We can do this! I can be patient. Despite some returning characters, there are a few changes happening on the crew side of things. Phil Lord and Chris Miller will return to produce, but while the first installment was pretty much seen as a Lord and Miller film, there were also plenty more creative minds behind both writing and directing. This time, the directorial reins will be in the hands of Joaquim dos Santos, who is definitely no stranger to animated masterpieces, having worked on Avatar: The Last Airbender, The Legend of Korra, and most recently, Netflix's Voltron series. We'll also see David Callahan picking up the pen on the sequel, and while you might not recognize the name, you definitely know his work, from The Expendables to Zombieland 2 to the upcoming Wonder Woman 1984. Not to mention the fact that he has also been hired to write the MCU's Shang-Chi and The Legend of the Ten Rings. So, yeah, I think he's got this. We also know that comic book artist Chris Anka is officially attached to the project, per his March 4th tweet. Anka is known for his work on several different Marvel comics, including Black Cat, Runaways, and New Mutants, not to mention his 2014 redesign of Spider-Woman. On the cast side of things, of course, Shameik Moore is slated to return as Miles Morales.
How you doing?
And as I not so subtly hinted before, Haley Steinfeld is expected to voice Gwen Stacy once again.
Hey guys.
Apparently, the sequel is gonna be about Miles and Gwen sitting in a tree. K-I-S-S-I-N-G. No, for real. In a December 2018 Vanity Fair interview, Phil Lord and Amy Pascal, the then Sony chief, revealed that the web-slinging sequel will indeed focus heavily on the interdimensional romance between Gwen Stacy and Miles Morales. And don't worry, it's not weird or contrived, the romance is canon. The pair first got together in a 2017 issue called Sitting in a Tree. You guys thought I was just being silly. Anyway, Lord and Miller's original script for the first film actually included a spark beyond friendship for Miles and Gwen, but was later cut to give all the Spideys equal screen time.
You're not kidding me.
And unfortunately, we're completely in the dark as to whether the rest of the original Spider-Verse's cast will be returning. We did get a pretty emotional goodbye from each of the Spideys in the first film.
I want you to have this. It'll fit in your pocket.
So we might not see all of them return for the sequel. One can only hope that we get to see Jake Johnson's Peter Parker and his glorious dad bod. We have been clued into a new web-slinger joining the cast by very popular demand. Takuya Yamashiro, the Japanese live-action TV adaptation of Spidey. Phil Lord confirmed the new character in his response to a fan who offered to design Yamashiro's look for the upcoming film. Lord had actually already hinted at the character's inclusion in the sequel if the first film passed $200 million domestically. And while it was about 10 million shy, who cares about math? Let's go! And finally, with Tom Holland's Spider-Man coming into his own at the MCU, Sony taking off with Venom 2, and hints of connections between the upcoming Morbius film in the MCU, I'm sure you're all wondering, could Into the Spider-Verse connect to the Marvel Cinematic Universe? Well, it's pretty unlikely. But never say never. Co-host of our very own Real Blem podcast, Jake Hamilton, asked Far From Home star Tom Holland about his interest in Into the Spider-Verse. He responded, "Of course, I'd love to make a movie with those guys. That'd be so cool. It would be amazing. It'd be really, really cool. And it's something that the fans really want, so whether Marvel and Sony decide to do that, it's up to them. It's not up to me. I can't walk in and go, Kevin, this is what we're doing on the next one, but it would be really awesome." Can you imagine if Tom had the power? Anyway, former Sony chief and current Sony board member Amy Pascal has also been quoted on the topic, telling Screen Rant, "The most important thing is that each of these movies can stand on their own. So I think the first thing for us to think about is Venom has to stand on its own, Far From Home has to stand on its own, Spider-Verse has to stand on its own. They all have to be great movies themselves, and then the possibilities are endless. Well, they all killed in their own rights, so the possibilities are endless." But that's all we know for right now, so what do you guys think? Go down to the comments and let me know what you want to see in the new Spider-Verse film. I mean, I can't do anything about it, but we can be wishful together, and while you're down there, of course, hit like, subscribe, and turn on your notifications. We're covering all kinds of Spidey and superhero content here on Cinema Blend that you don't want to miss. We'll see you next time.